What's going on, y'all? This is Alexander, and you are plugged into the Nerd Companion. What's going on? This is Alexander from the Nerd Companion. We have a special guest. His name is Alexander. That's right. It's me, your special guest, flying solo. We are going to be going over my thoughts on the current climate in the WWE post-WrestleMania leading up into the Clash of the Castle, which will be happening this weekend, this Saturday. And we'll be going over the card predictions. Had a couple requests to get back into some wrestling content, so we're going to do one tonight. One of the big things that's happened after WrestleMania was Becky Lynch winning the Women's World Championship after Rhea Ripley injured her shoulder. We got to see her lose against Liv Morgan on her revenge tour. So now Liv Morgan is now the Women's World Champion, and she is getting involved with one of my favorite wrestlers, Dirty Dom Mysterio. Just stirring the pot, bringing the drama. I'll be honest, I don't really care for the whole high school love triangle thing. It's not really a big thing for me. I just like that Dirty Dom is getting pushed into a big story that's going to be playing out instead of just kind of being in the background, because I really like Dominic Mysterio. I think that he has a pretty bright future in WWE. I won't lie. I believe it was about a month ago, it showed Dirty Dom doing a Canadian Destroyer on an apron. And I just really hope that this becomes a normal thing for him, because I feel like it's so flashy as a technique that it could be a finisher. And I would love if they just called it the Dom Destroyer. Just think it'd be really cool. Or the Dirty Destroyer or the Dirty Dom Destroyer. I don't know. Dominic, hit me up. We can patent it out. I like it though. But yeah, I like that Dom is getting a big push. What are your guys' thoughts? Get back at me. Some more things that's been going on with the climate of WWE. Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles. These two have been beefing since Backlash. We had the break with one of my other favorite heels. And he's getting back, and he's going to have an I Quit match with Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles. Both going to have a I Quit match at Clash of the Castle this Saturday. We can talk about that in the card. So what do you guys think about that? Do you like that? Do you like Cody's run so far? I will say that I don't really care for any of the matches. I think the I Quit match will be good. I don't know if I really appreciate any of the opponents that's lined up for Cody, but now that Roman Reigns is gone, I feel like there's a huge vacuum in regards to heel power, and I don't really feel like anyone's kind of stepped up to fill that in. But again, Roman Reigns was a big powerhouse, so having him absent does leave a lot of room, and it does feel empty. But I think that WWE should definitely capitalize on this opportunity to push someone as a big heel. With that being said, this will be a perfect segue into another wrestler that's been kind of getting a big push, Braun Breaker. I like what they're doing with him. I think some of the character development, I think they could probably work on to kind of not make him so tacky. But overall, athletically, I think he's an amazing athlete. I think he definitely has potential to be kind of like a renegade character, a renegade heel that we can see develop. And I think there's a long way to go with him in regards to building something for him to kind of have his weight carried in the new roster. I think he's going to have a pretty bright future. Looking forward to see him develop. Also wanted to talk about Seth Rollins, man. He's probably been one of my favorite wrestlers within the last year and a half since I got back into wrestling. And I want to say that dude put out, man. Like, I don't know if anyone's seen some of the clips at WrestleMania when he took the chair and he fell. It looked like his leg just like snapped off to the side. And that dude was still walking. And it looked clearly that he had dislocated his leg. Like his leg was not even attached to his knee. I mean, it was inside the skin, but it just looked like it was flopped way out to the outside. And I don't understand how someone can stand and still walk and do that. I can't wait for a big return for him. If he comes back. I hope he does. Just as much as I can't wait to see Roman come back. Talking about Roman segueing into the new bloodline. What do you guys think about the new bloodline? I want to like it. I don't feel that they pushed Solo enough for him to kind of take the helm of the bloodline. And it's hard for me to take it seriously. A lot of wrestling fans probably followed the other two Tongas that have aligned themselves with Solo. I don't know much about them. I know several people who have followed them for years. I don't really know them too well, so I'm not familiar with this new bloodline. I don't necessarily care for it. They definitely have talent when you watch them in the ring. I just don't really know a lot about them. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out because it's probably working at least to a Marvel-style Civil War with Roman coming back with the Uso Bros just yeeting and no yeeting everybody. So it'd be interesting to see what they do with that. But, what does that mean for, The Rock? Is he coming back? Does he get involved? So I'm kind of looking forward to that and seeing where that kind of goes. But one thing I've been watching and waiting for, but still has not happened yet, is what the heck are they doing with L.A. Knight? Yeah. I want him to do a big push. I like watching him wrestle because it really feels like he really just puts everything out there. Like when he makes contact with people, he looks like he really puts everything in there. Watching him wrestle with Carmelo Hayes, that was a good match. Him beefing with Paul, I suspect Knight will probably get a title shot at the U.S. title with Logan Paul, maybe at SummerSlam. If they don't do that, I don't understand what they're doing with LA Knight. I know that he's come out and say in multiple interviews that he is more content with just having a job with WWE and looking towards, I'm not saying he wants to retire soon, but I know that he's got his eye on retirement, and I think he wants a title shot, but I think that he's more concerned about his future in regards to just living a life outside and setting up a life outside of wrestling. And if that means kind of just playing a role in the WWE, that he'll do it. But there's no way. I just refuse to believe that he doesn't want a title shot. He has to want something. And I feel like his time they have to do something with him. They have to pull the trigger. I would kind of like to see him go full heel though, just really just get in after other characters. I really feel like that would push him forward. Although his character right now is pretty good. He's pretty neutral, looking out for himself. I like his character a lot. I think they just need to capitalize and pull the trigger on him. If they don't do it here at SummerSlam with Logan Paul, I don't know what the plan is. I really don't. I want to see something because I really enjoy him. He's got excellent mic skills. He can talk the talk, and he could definitely walk the walk. And I definitely think that he has, the audience pop whenever he has his entrance into the WWE universe. And I think he can definitely leave a legacy. He definitely has that it factor when you consider what wrestlers need to be, not saying a baby face, but a face of the company. And I think that he's definitely one of those guys. I just wondering what the plan is. Are they going to pull the trigger on this man? Give him a title shot. Like a real one, not like a a crush match or smash match, whatever they call it. You know, what they did with him with Roman Reigns, that was absolute trash. But just wanting to see him do something because he's the man. I don't care what anyone says. I like what they're doing with Drew McIntyre. I'm not sure what will be the outcome for Clash of the Castle, but I definitely feel like they are definitely working him and CM Punk up for a WrestleMania match for sure. Like, I definitely feel like that's got to be the long-term plan. So, but we can get into that with the card predictions. But without further ado, let's get into the card predictions for Clash of the Castle. First match we'll talk about is the WWE Women's Championship. Champion being Bayley, and it's going to be versus Piper. I definitely don't think Piper is going to win. I think it'll be an interesting match, but I definitely love Chelsea Green and Piper. I think Chelsea is an amazing heel. She reminds me of someone who would be like a crazy ex-girlfriend who's just absolutely bonkers and will not get out of the picture. But I don't see Piper winning that. Bayley's probably going to hold that for a while, but I definitely think it'll be an interesting match. So that's just going to be my quick take on that one. Yeah. Next match is going to be the WWE Women's Tag Team Champion Triple Threat. I don't think anyone's taken the tag match or the tag champions from Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. I just don't think that's happening. That's going to be a reign that's going to stay for a while. That'll ultimately probably push into them being adversaries. I don't know what will be the catalyst for that, but I definitely feel that the match for them to kind of like go against each other would definitely be another WrestleMania match that'll be coming this next WrestleMania. Both these females are absolutely talented. And Jade is so young in the WWE universe. She just made her debut this year. Where was it? This year at Mimo Royal Rumble. Definitely bright future. Definitely don't see them losing the titles. I would be absolutely blown away if they lost it. I wish I had Frank here because I know that he would be picking all the people that wouldn't be just for bantering. But I don't see them losing the title. It'll be crazy to watch because I know that they have pretty good, like they mesh very well together. The way that they both incorporate each other's movements into techniques to take people down, I think is really cool. They're very interesting to watch. I'll be excited to watch that match for sure. Next match, we have the Intercontinental Championship, champion being Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable. I'm going to say Gable's going to win. If Gable doesn't win, I think that it'll be a good match. The only reason why I don't think that Gable will win is that I think Chad Gable contract is under review, and they probably won't give a title to someone who might not be in the company much longer. I definitely think this has been a big push. I feel like this could go either way. I would like to see Gable take it from Sami Zayn. So that'll be my call. I'm going to bet on Gable. That's going to be my wild card choice. I think Gable over Zayn will be a turnover. I think that the next match that we have here is the undisputed WWE Championship between Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles. This is going to be an I Quit match. So the only way that one can be called the victor is if the other says I quit. That can be by submission. That could just be by complete, utter physical destruction of the other. I'm not even sure how this works if the person ends up becoming unconscious. I think that we've had that happen in the past with, I want to say Stone Cold, and was it Bret Hart? When Bret Hart had put him in the sharpshooter and Stone Cold was all bloody, and I think he just passed out, but they called the match, and that was basically him losing. So, I mean, I imagine that the same rules would apply here. Everything building up with AJ Styles with the rumored, I'm going to retire because my son just graduated, to call out Cody to have this kind of last hoorah celebration and then going full-blown heel and just destroying Cody. leading up to Cody calling out AJ for this I Quit match. I think it's going to be pretty cool. I hope it's going to be it's going to be good. We're talking AJ Styles is probably one of the greatest wrestlers ever. If you guys don't know who AJ Styles is, other than what you've seen in WWE, I would highly encourage all of you to go and look at some of his TNA compilations. This dude is wild, bro. From Georgia, and he's just a southern bulldog, you know what I mean? And he is an absolute destroyer. One of the best of all times. Awesome aerial attacks. He's very acrobatic, and the dude's probably in the best shape of his life, and he's got to be in his late 40s. Definitely juicing, for sure. Definitely on the sauce. Extra saucy. But Cody Rhodes is probably going to he's going to retain that. I don't see Cody losing the title to him. I honestly don't see anyone taking the title from Cody anytime soon. I don't know if there's anyone in the roster that will do that. I don't know. We'll see. For Clash of the Castle, I don't think anyone. I think Cody's going to retain for sure. But I think it'll be a good match. And one of the big matches I'm really looking forward to is Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship. It is just in that Judgment Day is banned from ringside. And so that will give Drew McIntyre a fair chance. Although we've seen here that Drew is pretty much can take on everyone, and Damian Priest has made it known that he does not want the Judgment Day coming out to help him. He's kind of like, ever since he got the title, Damian Priest, he's kind of become this in-betweener. Like, he's not really a heel, he's not really a face, he's kind of like, wants to prove himself, and I like that. I like that a lot. And it definitely puts in a window and a filter of respect on this guy because he does want to defend it. He's made that very, very clear that he wants to defend this fairly, and he wants to prove that he can do this by himself, which might be solidifying the cracks. I know that's contrary to each other, but he's definitely, causing cracks, I think, in the Judgment Day, or at least, his trajectory is just headed in the opposite direction of Judgment Day, and maybe he'll be more solo, but I'm not really sure. I do definitely like his character where he wants to, defend the championship with honor. I think we saw that with previous matches when he was involved in Judgment Day, stepped in and he was mad at him. But definitely I definitely think this is going to be a good match. I can see this going either way. I don't know why they would do this in Glasgow, Scotland, and have the Scottish Warrior lose here. However, with that being said, I could definitely see CM Punk getting involved and ruining the match for Drew McIntyre and just further, heating up this feud between the two, ultimately building up to the big WrestleMania match for 41 in Vegas. But I think that'll be the way for Damian Priest to retain without Drew McIntyre looking like he was beat. I feel like Damian Priest will probably win, but because of interference. If there's interference, it's probably going to be CM Punk. I don't see anyone else unless we see, I don't know. I just don't see it being anyone else. I definitely think that we're going to see some interference. If we do not see interference, I think that we're going to see Drew McIntyre come out of this. I think he might win this. I know we're less than days away from this Saturday for WWE's Clash of the Castle, but we have in the past received last-minute matches that have come up for the PLEs. One that's rumored is potentially being the United States Championship Logan Paul and wrestling either Carmelo Hayes or LA Knight, or potentially having a triple threat. In my opinion, I'm tired of the triple threat matches. I don't think that they, at least with Logan Paul, I'm not sure what they're doing with it just seems like every PLE has been a triple threat match with the United States Championship. I don't know what's going on. I just kind of want to see a 1v1. Whoever's going against him at Clash of the Castle, Logan Paul, is going to lose. I think that we'll see maybe a loss at SummerSlam, as SummerSlam is going to be in Ohio, in Logan Paul's hometown. But I mean, we'll see how it goes. I guess the rumor is that it's probably going to be LA Knight versus Carmelo Hayes versus the championship, Logan Paul for the United States Championship. So, I mean, we'll see. It's just a rumor that I've been hearing, but you know, I won't discount it, but won't be surprised if it doesn't happen. That's all I have for the card predictions for Clash of the Castle. However, I do want to take a moment to talk about some rumors that might be going around the mill. It is pretty known now that Ricochet will be leaving WWE as he was pretty much destroyed by Braun Breaker on Raw. But there is rumor that he might go to AEW, and that would be pretty cool because I think Ricochet and Will Ospreay would be an excellent feud, as those two are kind of cut from the same cloth in regards to tremendous spots that will just kind of keep you at the edge of your seat. So that would be really exciting. Where will Ricochet go? It's up in the air, but he's definitely gone from WWE. Other rumors that there might be, Roman Reigns might return for Clash of the Castle. I don't think that's a chance in hell at all. I don't think it's happening. Another rumor that, Brock Lesnar is going to come back. I don't think that's going to happen, at least until the allegations of all that stuff is probably cleared. Just, probably more conservative approach for WWE. One of my favorite rumors is the Uncle Howdy rumor. It's been rumored that he's going to be coming very soon. It said, that might be Clash of the Castle, or it could be the Raw following. I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with Uncle Howdy. Like, I really like the dark characters. And if you don't know anything about Uncle Howdy, I'm not going to go too much into detail about it, but he was associated with the late Bray Wyatt, who passed away. And it's kind of just a way to let his legacy live on. And I think it'd be really interesting to see Uncle Howdy and see what kind of shenanigans he'll get himself into, whether he comes, in Clash of the Castle, the Raw after. But I do feel like the time is approaching, and I think it's going to be really awesome what they do with him. But other than that, that's all I have for any wrestling information in regards to the climate of the WWE. I know there was a lot that I didn't touch up on. These are just kind of things that I was thinking about recently and wanted to get out an episode of card predictions for Clash of the Castle before Clash of the Castle this Saturday and potential rumors. But I hope you enjoyed it. Really short episode. Just wanted to get it out. Hope you guys enjoy. Watch Clash of the Castle on Peacock this weekend. Hope you enjoy.